Okay, let's take a look at the first program in Lab 10. If we scroll down here a little, we can take a look at some new commands that we've got here. First one we'll see here is file *fp. fp is a pointer to a file. And if we take a look here, we've got fp equals fopen 1.txt w. Now the W means that we're going to open 1.txt, and we're going to use pretty much txt files, as we'll see. But the W means that we're going to write to that file. If the file doesn't exist, it creates it. If it does exist, it overcopies it. Now if we take a look at the loop that we've got here, we're taking a character from our standard input. Standard input is our keyboard buffer. And what's going to happen here, if you look at the code, you'd think, well, it's grabbing a character, checking for this, and then putting it into the file, getting a character, doing this, and so forth, but it's not. What it's going to do is it's going to fill up the standard in buffer, and when the buffer is full, then it's going to put each character individually every time through the loop into the file itself, close the file. And then after it does that, we're going to then reopen it for reading, to take a look at what's in the file, and put each character from the file to our standard out, which is our screen, close the file, and that will be the end of our program. So let's just see how that's going to work. Let's just back out again here and punch up F5 and run our code. So here's our screen waiting for input, and I'm just going to type in a very simple message. Let's just zoom in a little bit so we can see a little better. HI space THERE dot. And when I hit enter, what we're going to see, if we slide over here, is right now it's set up that we're going to be going through this loop. So if I go up here and I basically just click on this, the H has been processed, and the I, the space, the THERE, and then here's our period, and then after that it's going to start going down here and put those characters back up to our standard output. Now if we were to open this up a little bit, we can see there's a placeholder here, and this placeholder is going to show us, as we keep stepping through this, where it's putting it physically in our RAM. And if we go here, you can see that these numbers, if I go in just a little closer, as I keep tracing through here, the place that it's loading into RAM, and it does this before it sends it, and it does it when we're reading it back. It has to have a place in RAM to put all these characters, and then when we get our dot, it's going to come back here to our final thing, press any key to continue. Now if we do, it's going to close that screen. Let me just back out and show you a couple things. So it has created a 1.txt file, and you're saying to yourself, well, where is that? Now if we go over here and take a look, there's a way to pull it up because it's in the current directory. We can go to source files, right mouse click, add existing item. And if we slide over here, we can see that there's our 1.txt file. Let me just back out a little bit, and I'm just going to double click on this, and you will see that it shows up here, and if we double click on it in this list, there it is, exactly the message we had. Hi there. Now every time that we run this program, let's try running it again. Let's close this and run it one more time. I'm going to take out the breakpoints this time. So if we just hit F5 to run it again, and I say, hi, how are you now, question mark, it's going to say, hi, how are you now, and that's going to be the new message. So if I hit enter and take a look at our 1.txt file again, it has changed to what this is. As I said, when you do a write, it overcopies what was there before.